So I have several degrees from history universities in history. So I know a lot about history and especially British history because I'm British and I studied history. I want to talk to you about the Labour Party and how they formed and, came to where they are now. So, let's go back to sort of the 1860s, 1870s. There's this guy called Benjamin Disraeli and a guy called William of Gladstone. William Gladstone. He was a liberal. Disraeli was a conservative, a Tory, and they sort of duked it out. And Disraeli was all like, "Yeah, the Queen, fuck Ireland," and Gladstone was all like, "Yeah, I hang around with hookers, help the Irish and some poor people, maybe, I don't know." And that went on for a while, and all the poor and working people were like, "Oh God, come on, listen to us. We're poor and that. Can we form a trade union or something?" And everyone's like, "Oh, nah, fuck you." And this went on, and then it got to the 1890s, and some geezer was like, "Let's form our own party of poor people and that. And we'll call it the Socialist Labour Workers' Party or some shit like that. I don't know." And that went on, and the Liberals were like, "Oh God, these guys are serious." And so, they all took the threat seriously. The Tories as well was like, "Oh, we better do something." The Liberals more than the Tories. It's always like, yeah, fuck Ireland. Let's have some more wars and that. And we had the Boer War, which was a load of old bollocks. But I don't really know much about it because there's loads of black people in Africa and couldn't really give a shit. So, Boy George, the Prime Minister in around 1911, was like, national insurance, everyone pays a little bit, and then when they get old or get, whatever, they can have a bit of money back, like a big government insurance scheme. That'll hold off these Labour nutters. Because meanwhile, in other countries, there's these communist people, and they were like, we're going to take over and do everything ourselves. And everyone's like, whoa, easy lads, easy. And then there's a war, which was shit. And then in that war in Russia, the communists actually took over, which was a bit scary. And then the Labour Party in England, they dropped the socialist stuff. They thought it was a bit full on. They were like, no, we're not for that. We just want to help people, maybe a bit of socialism, but let's not go too extreme. And then stuff happened, and the Labour were like, "Oh, come on, give us a go, give us a fucking go, please." And the Tories and Liberals were like, "No chance, no way." But they had a few goes, and then in 1929 there was a big crash and depression, and everyone was more poor than ever, and the trade unions were like, "Oh, come on, help us out, we need some more money, we're starving." And then blah blah blah. Then the Second World War happened, and it was pretty shit and that. And then everyone joined together, in government, was like, "Oh, we need to win against these Kraut bastards." And we had a fat guy who used to get sad and drink a lot. He was mainly in charge. He was a Tory. And at the end of the war, the Americans come in and was like, "Come on, you need a bit of help. We'll help you out." And everyone's like, "Yeah, America." And loads of Russians died because by then Russia was proper fucked up. And the leader, Stalin, he was Steelman. He was like, "Oh, just have loads of people, kill them all, just let them die, millions and millions and millions of Russians. We've got fucking shitloads, just let them die." But it won the war, and at the end of the war, the Labour Party got in power. And they were like, "Yeah, nationalise that, we'll run that now. We'll run that, we'll run that, we'll run that and that and that and that." And they started the health service, which was yeah, we can not get sick anymore because we can get treated. And then after that, the Labour Party got out of power again, and the fat guy gets sad and drinks a lot got in power again. So now we're up to the 50s, and we sort of got what is a sort of social democracy. It's not quite socialism, but there's a lot of nationalisation and whatnot. And it was all going well, and 60s were "Hey, money, 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 we got some money." And then the 70s, it got a bit shit. And all the trade unions were like, give us some more money, give us some more money, we want money, yeah, we're greedy, no, we're not going to work, boo, we hate it. And then in 79, some woman who invented ice cream got in power. She's like, whoa, I think you went a bit too far back in the late 40s. We're going to sell some stuff and let some companies have a crack and then make a bit of money, and then, you know, a bit of competition and all that. And, you know, everyone got rich. Well, not everyone, only a few people. And some people actually got really poor, and loads more got AIDS, which was shit because AIDS isn't fun. And then the 90s came, and a guy called Tony Blair was like, no one really likes this socialism, social democracy stuff much anymore. We're going to get rid of that. And then they got in power again after like ages of not being in power. And he did some stuff which was like, yeah, all right, not bad. We got hospitals working and schools were a bit better and that. And then he did some bad stuff, and the finance people were like, oh, we've messed up, sorry. And the country lost loads of money. And then 2010, the Conservatives got in power and like, we've got no money and we're in debt. We're gonna like just get rid of a few disabled people and that, and we'll be sorted soon. But we weren't sorted soon. But it's okay because we will be sorted soon now. And now we're up to now, and Theresa May is like Prime Minister, and she wants to be Prime Minister again. And I'm going to vote for her because I really like her, because of all the things I just said, like about Labour, because they're like, oh, money, give us poor people money, we don't want to work, we're lazy. So that's why Theresa May gets my vote. And for the other reasons I've explained in my other videos, otherly. And that's the history of like Britain and the sort of Labour Party and that, and how we got to where we are now. I hope you've appreciated the lesson. Vote Conservative.